Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the Andzen Approach. This is our BFCM edition, and I'm very excited today to be joined with our first two-time guest at a new company, Steve Pover, Partner Manager at Klaviyo.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We've also got Rob Gibson, who, a little bit of lore, as we like to give, was our first APAC-based partner manager at Klaviyo.
Yep.
We've attempted to get Rob on the pod very many times in the past.
Elusive.
Yeah, very elusive. So we're really excited to have him here today. Rob, GM of Klaviyo here for APAC.
Yep. And actually transitioning into VP of Partnerships.
Congratulations.
For Klaviyo. Thank you very much.
Mr. President.
I also think he was in the background of a
He was.
podcast.
He
I have
before
actually
too,
been on
right?
this podcast before.
Yeah. He was a silent
in the
guest.
chair.
Yeah.
Watching. You
Yeah.
guys gave me chips and dip and mimosas, and I was
Yes.
cheering on Jeremy Singh and Jess McMahon. Shout out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good hosts.
Yeah.
They were really good. They were
Cheers,
better than me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to let.
I think they were
audience down.
encouraged by watching you eat cheese and gluten-free crackers in the background.
Yeah. Exactly.
And as always, Brendan Rawson, CEO of Andzen.
Sup. Good to see you, fellas.
You too.
Old friends.
Yeah.
Back in new clothes, new sign at the front.
I feel. By the way, I have to call it out. Like someone needs to address it. Like the Spider-Man meme, where it's just like
Three guys with short hair and
and
beards.
Steve.
Yeah,
as well.
and Steve.
Spider-Man meme plus Steve.
Yeah.
Someone said on a call I look like Rob's son the other day. I was like,
Oh.
oh,
You could do worse.
Yeah.
You could do way worse.
Yeah, I don't know if
Son.
that's a compliment. Which one of you that's a compliment to more, to be honest.
I started very young.
Yeah.
I think a lot of. Okay, I'll start again. My impression was that this industry was small because of APAC, and we sort of all knew each other, and it didn't matter whether you were a brand side or agency side or tech side. We all sort of like ran in the same circles. We know each other. I might have traveled a little bit in the last year.
you don't say.
Yeah.
Might have seen a few places. Man,
You got like Taylor Swift's footprint.
The jet fumes.
Yeah.
Andzen Jet.
I
What does that mean?
I need a Twitter account that just like.
Yeah.
Where I'm going with this is, it's a global industry.
Yeah.
There's people everywhere, and in most countries, this actual industry is pretty small. Like there's like 7 degrees of separation, Kevin Bacon style.
Yeah.
Is really interesting. Of ex-Klaviyo Roddy now is our GM in North America.
Legend.
Yep.
And then you guys are Klaviyo. You used to be our partner manager at Klaviyo. It's just like funny that even though I go to various different corners of the world, I still find Klaviyo people. I still find Ecom people.
Yeah.
It's so interesting and like just fabulous to have you guys here.
Yeah. No, appreciate you having us. And I should have been on the show sooner. So thanks very much for putting up with me.
No, mate. We're excited. I'm keen to dive in. You guys are at Klaviyo,
Yep.
which I think as a product or as a brand, I should say probably, is still newer. Maybe people are still coming accustomed to it.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd say most of our merchants probably know
The products.
products best.
Yeah.
I think reviews.io is a name that's synonymous with Shopify and reviews in particular at this point. I think Boost Commerce as well is something that's very well known. I'd love to let's quickly run through because those are 2 of 6 products, right, under the banner. So
I can give you the skinny.
Yeah.
So look, if we do the real talk, it's 9 companies and 30 products that make up Klaviyo. We have a lot of businesses that are incorporated within the suite that would be more self-sign or self-serve in the app ecosystem. We really push into 6 that we represent. Coming up above that, I think it's probably fair to address that we used to be App Hub and re-envisioned and relaunched under the sort of 6 now that you know us at with Klaviyo. So hopefully it feels like we've landed a jet plane because we've been trying, we've been working hard. There's been a lot of meetings, we've been at events, we've been pushing energy into the ecosystem, and we've won relationships with a lot of great clients. But you'll know us for reviews.io, for Boost Commerce, for search merchant personalization, and you'll know us for Viral Sweep, for influence for loyalty, rich returns, and address validation as well.
Yep.
All of those products are integrated with one another. What's interesting is they are all sort of product-led growth businesses, meaning
Yeah.
they were, I won't say immaculately built, but really well built. And there's 40,000 customers that use these products in the Clearer, family, so to speak. So it's a big group, it's a big cohort, and we've leveled up every one of these businesses significantly as they have joined into the Clearer family as well. So Boost, my favorite, something we're going to talk about today. 120 employees in APAC, behind that behemoth of a business, so to speak, that does personalization, and that joined Clearer in 2023. A lot of investment into that business, taking it out of just search discovery into personalization, bundles, merchandising, those types of things. So, it's been a journey, and we have to even talk to our own customers about the journey repeatedly because
well, it's brand new, right?
Yeah.
Like November last year was when Clearer kind of formed.
Yep.
But some of these products, like you said, reviews, you've known it for years,
Known
right?
for years, yeah.
Tried and tested and big in some markets, particularly on the international scale. And all these products have just been, product-led growth. You find them on the App Store, download it, you use it, great.
Yeah. I think I'm keen for maybe a quick run through, but really knowing that it's Black Friday, knowing that, merchants are probably taking a half an hour to listen to this episode while keying up an ad campaign and getting ready for campaigns in all sorts of platforms. I am really keen to focus in on things that merchants could literally be doing today that are going to help them have a better November.
we're talking about the sugar rush.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, what is something that they could just literally add into the store right now within a couple of clicker buttons, improve things, and have
From a Boost perspective or from a wider?
Well, I think from a wider perspective coming into BFCM, but I think if we're realistic, search and merch is one of those things that not a lot of merchants are doing automatically, right? A lot of merchants are manually saying, right, new season's launching, I'm going to upload all my products and I'm going to sit there and organize how they are going to appear in the collection, right?
And it has a reputation for being a tough category to do things fast with, right?
Yes.
And that's something we need to dispel, particularly with Boost as well.
Yeah.
I think, I've been around the block. I'm grey. And, I remember a lot of the traditional search, merch, personalization businesses. I used to work at one as well in the UKs. And a lot of these, tech, we're built for times. And I say we because I represented one. And, we're talking M1 enterprise, arduous stuff, big, what we would call now archaic stacks. They still exist now. There's modifications and modernization in them as well. But Boost is built, if you're on Shopify, lucky for you, for Shopify. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be hard anymore. This is a business that's been, heavily restocked with investment in product dev and engineering now. And,
locally too.
Locally too, is that, if you hear it. And you can be live with Boost Commerce, migrating off another product if you want to, one of these archaic ones we're talking about, within a week. Yeah. It's pretty fresh. But McPhail's, for example, joined our business in partnership. I think they're really happy. At least they've told us that. They were live within 1 to 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So it was crazy, right? So we're talking pre-BFCM right now.
Yes.
If you want to start thinking about conversion, which you ought to be, big influx of traffic.
Yeah.
Are you automating your bundles? Are you thinking about personalization at a scale at which matches the amount of, hopefully, traffic and sales and things like that? We're doing Rex at checkout. We're doing one-to-one personalization. We're doing merchandising rules at scale, really fast, powered by AI or powered by you. You can put whatever you want, hide, demote, etc. show in there. If you've got a reviews provider, it doesn't need to be limited to reviews.io, but if it is, you can look at review sentiment and search results.
Which is
a
big one, I think.
Big one. Product review counts, UGC imported into search results as well. This is what you can do, drag and drop style, server-side rendered within a couple of weeks. Yeah. And it doesn't need to be really hard. It's not scary anymore.
I think I read a stat the other day that the average window shopper has the attention span of 7 to 11 or 12 seconds.
Yeah, I would be way less.
Yeah. Yeah. But particularly around Black Friday, Cyber Monday,
Big
right?
time.
And you do all this hard work, whether it be through ad work or flows, getting people on site. You've got this such tight window. And, Rob touched on a few good points, but it might be as simple as, Brennan, usually you've got your jacket on, that's pushed up sleeves. Maybe you're a little bit more formal, so we're going to show you more formal products. Maybe it's personalization at that level, or maybe you just want to show merchandising rules that don't show products that are out of stock. So you can increase conversion rate. We've got some really good case studies that have just launched as we've been building out kind of our market presence. And I think Okanui was one that integrated with Klaviyo and was able to increase their conversion rate on emails by 30% just by putting in boost-based recommendations in emails.
I talk about this one a lot.
Yeah.
In Colombia.
Yeah.
90% increase in AOV in 30 days. Those go live with Boost as well. Predictive bundles, things like that too. So, there's a lot that you can achieve quickly to smash and grab, get the revenue into. It
doesn't have to be hard.
No.
It can be really simple and it can be an intuitive platform.
That's the crucial thing for me, I think, is that as a tool that a merchant could install and choose some really simple logic-based, like the app is asking you, hey, do you want to resurface if someone lands back on a collection page? Put the products at the top that they were looking at before. During BFCM, we know that people are maybe clicking, opening a link from an email, looking at some products, leaving the website, getting retargeted by an ad and landing back on the homepage. Yeah, we want the product feed on the homepage to show all the products that they were just looking at from that email campaign yesterday or this morning or whatever, right? And having even just that base level of personalization, I think you mentioned bundling as well. This is something that we see consistently year over year when we talk to merchants in December and January about actual net profit from BFCM. It always comes down to, well, we did, some tiered discounting, or there was a free gift when we got over at $200. And for the people that those orders that were bundled at a higher AOV, we actually brought the margin in to make the ad spend worth it and make the investment worth it.
You've the things you're talking about ultimately can be achieved with control, and that's something that I think is missing currently in this category. I think is the control to think of things and action them really fast. It shouldn't be hard to merchandise your storefront quickly and as the head of marketing or anything, marketing manager, whatever.
E-commerce coordinator should be able to just make some logical decisions. Right?
Someone can take a sick day. That's the way it should be. And there's an intuitive enough product that doesn't require you to contact a CSM or someone else or whoever, and to make these simple iterations and changes. And that's where I think we need to take everything in our industry generally. Not everything will be that simple, but we have to get there. I think proudly we're almost there. You still might need a bit of help.
And shout out to Klaviyo, sponsor of this podcast.
Love Klaviyo.
Love Klaviyo. Shareholders.
Famously, Klaviyo shareholders.
Klaviyo shareholders.
We use it. It's easy to use. Our customers use it. They're in there working alongside us. It's not some convoluted, dated enterprise software that makes it really hard to do things. Yes, it's powerful and it does a whole bunch of things, and it's very much pushing into enterprise. But the interface, the usability is still really there. Not only can the clients get in there and execute on their own, we can get in there and our teams can move faster. And that's the expectation of everybody else too, right? Like long gone are the enterprise days where you have to do complex integrations or long go live migrations. It shouldn't be that way.
I agree.
I think Viral Sweep deserves a bit of a shout out here as well, really. This is something that
that's from left field.
Well, this is something that I think we talk about a lot actually in North America. Even the term viral sweep is a common, phrase in North America. Whereas here, not so much. But the idea of running these competitions through an app that's intelligently supporting the merchant in both delivering the actual competition experience, but integrating really tightly with Klaviyo, right? And having that data feedback in and be usable, particularly as you're doing these list building activities over the next 4 weeks.
I mean, the whole idea of Viral Sweep is to go viral. And, and you know that you can do a pretty easy giveaway in just via a Klaviyo pop-up form. So, I talk to merchants and partners and they're like, well, what's the difference? And I think the power of it is being able to layer in different incentives and different actions that a brand wants to kind of, I guess get, right? Exactly right. So being able to run a sweepstakes or giveaways that's on brand for merchants to generate list growth is very powerful, but also bake things in like, hey, cool, sign up to our email and SMS form. We'll give you one entry. Maybe we want to increase our UGC and reviews. We integrate with reviews.io, but also a bunch of other review platforms. So we can start to layer in different incentives. Maybe we set, if you spend over $80 with us, you get 3 entries as opposed to 1.
Yeah.
And we can start to gamify ways that we increase average order value or increase review count or anything like that. It's all about creating a community element.
I like it as a sort of pseudo always on strategy. We're in the BFCM episode for sure,
course.
and this
Yeah.
is where it's like super pertinent, right? Because you're going to capture more data potentially than ever before in the year, leading up to this point too. But it can be always on. It doesn't have to be around peak period too.
Yes.
You could have a quarterly strategy here, which keeps engagement topped up, which keeps customers delighted, new people coming into the brand for the face to face your brand as well, and it doesn't even have to be expensive. You've got an opportunity here to beef up your numbers and talk to more people. But the short stick of it is you're offering them an opportunity to even get closer to your brand anyway, because you might create loyalists in the prizes that you're offering out.
And it can be done tastefully, right? I think some of the brands that we've worked with recently, whether it be Stax, Elite 11, Henny, they've Frankie 4, for example, have been able to do it with messaging and with giveaways that are on brand.
Yes.
That really make sense, and then they bake it into their ads as well.
A bit
which
of
have
in-store
high
use in
conversion
there
rates.
as well. There was some
Yeah,
full
in-store.
traffic driving, which was cool too. It was good to see it in the physical sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I mean, even at a basic level during BFCM, how many people are running those? Take a photo of your order and post it on post it on Instagram to LinkedIn. Yeah, this is my sales. Post it on Instagram.
That's my shtick.
Post it on Instagram, tag the brand, and someone's going to win the value of their order back, right?
Yeah.
But you could use Viral Suite for something like that.
Absolutely.
And it automates a bunch of it for you as a merchant.
Yeah.
Which
Your
the simpler it
giveaways,
is,
by the way, need to be connected with multiple channels. Like we don't do things in a vacuum. It's not just on site. Like it has to be social proofed as well.
Yes.
Like it won't work. I've seen giveaways not work. So don't blame the products. No, but seriously, like the creative department needs to be aligned. It needs to be hitting your socials. It needs to be promoted everywhere. And it needs to be like a unified promotion. Giveaway, a sweepstake. Otherwise, if we just do it in like the vacuum or just on site and things like that, you were talking about pop-ups and spin the wheels and things like that on site before, way less chance of success.
And that's true for Andzen as well. We're a customer journey agency. We care about the customer journey. Those touch points, historically for us have been email and SMS. But now it's it's WhatsApp, it's push, and it's very much on site, right? And it's what can help on site. And you're right, the consistent message from social, from any promotions, Viral Street, back into Klaviyo, the customer expects a continuity of their journey.
Yeah. And look, I mean, the age-long narrative is that contests and sweepstakes get bad leads.
Yeah.
A great way to combat that is to layer in certain actions or elements that make them part of your community and actually interacting with the brand, whether it be via Instagram, your socials, whatever it is.
Or just like tactical flows that pull them into a circle of trust with content and things like that are important to your brand. Like get the messaging in there as well. You can have separate flow triggers for Viral Suite related things that can take them on a journey that might be different if it was just like purely transactional for the first time, no contest involved too. So you got to think about that as a brand.
Yeah, and that's what we want. We want acquisition channels, and then we want to convert and nurture those customers, drive revenue.
And it's coming back to the original point of all of it. It's quick to do.
Yes.
This is quick. This is what can I do now?
Yeah. I think Boost and Viral Sweep are two interesting ones where you're as a merchant, you're probably thinking, how am I going to do these things already? And the answer is that, well, there's a couple of platforms that could help you get live faster, implement better, and do it way more efficiently, just generally over that period. Have a lot more faith that something some niche thing that you've set up isn't gonna break, or someone's gonna find an exploit, and it's gonna cost you over the sale.
Yeah. We, my mind's wandering into places where it's like, what can we do straight away? I think we ought to talk a little bit about validation of addresses, particularly in peak period, with lots of shipments flying out the door.
Yep. Especially for our North American listeners, where you get penalized if that doesn't get delivered.
Yeah, brutal. And maybe not even North American listeners. Like there's a lot of Australian companies incredibly popular in the US too that ship depending on how you set up. It doesn't even matter how you set up, by the way, if it's shipped from here or landed and shipped from there. The last mile consideration there is, does it make it to there? And then if it doesn't, the penalties associated with that, which is very common and incredibly costly for businesses as well. So that cost is higher than ever in the peak period,
Of course.
because you are shipping more. Hopefully everything's doing really well. Hopefully you've got Boost, you've got the viral suite, and it's just crazy. Your eyes have rolled back, and it's just cash pouring in. But like tastefully, you
Tastefully,
can put address validation at the point of purchase, right? And it's a very small cost per validation that's associated with making sure that that is checked against, like a deeper library and cross-referenced to make sure that it can't do it. Because, there's, do we say condominiums, massive apartment blocks and things like that can be really difficult. Addresses stuck in muses and stuff like that too. So people live everywhere. So consider that potentially. I don't necessarily, I don't necessarily say that you would be like big tick in the revenue unlock, but like if we're thinking about costs and we're thinking about practicality and also just end customer experience, this is something that
Customer experience is the big one.
Yeah, man. This is repeat purchasability, right?
You spend all of this money and time on acquisition to get the sale. Don't screw it up.
Goods don't arrive, it goes back, and then where is it? And look, we work in reviews. How many 1-star reviews come up for moderation? Where because it's like, well, it never arrived as well. So we talk about this a fair bit. Pretty pertinent around BFCM.
Obviously the penalty's hundreds of dollars, but there's also the unrealized cost on your
the
service
customer
team.
experience.
Exactly right.
And
Wismo is the top order. Where is my order? I love that acronym.
Wismo.
Can call my dog Wismo.
And I've got a great segue for that. But first we're going to do a little ad read.
Founded in 2012, Klaviyo is the only CRM built for B2C brands. Powered by our built-in Klaviyo data platform and AI insights, Klaviyo combines marketing automation, analytics, and customer service into one unified solution, making it easy for businesses to know their customers and grow faster. Klaviyo helps relationship-driven brands of all sizes deliver one-to-one experiences at scale, improve efficiency, and drive revenue. Chat to the team at Andzen or visit andzen.co/KLAVIYO to find out more and get started.
And we're back. So before the break, I was talking about Klaviyo and K-Service announced recently at KBOS. We were lucky enough to be there. Spoiler alert, if you didn't see, Andzen won Klaviyo Agency.
Congratulations.
Huge congrats, guys.
To everyone.
For APAC.
That's awesome.
So like hugely
And well deserved.
honored for that. Thank you. But the exciting things, and I think what we were talking before is like the importance of customer experience and service. And Klaviyo has their K-Service product. They have their marketing agent, their customer agent, and CustomerHub, right? Like we were talking about before. Wismo, like, where's my order? Like, these are one of the things that they're addressing. But like, there are other interesting uses, right?
Yeah, I think so I'd say a couple of things about CustomerHub. First of all, if you are a merchant listening to this ahead of BFCM, there is a 30-day free trial.
Yeah.
Epic.
Be very
Cool.
tactical, maybe around the 7th or 10th of November. If you launch that free trial, have it running through BFCM.
Yeah.
And I think specifically that
It's
where
super
is
low lift too, right?
there's literally nothing. You just turn it on.
Yeah.
Adds a bit of code to your website. It's really easy to take. There's no dev lift at all, basically. And it has already built in. You can put some modules in there, but one of the modules is updates on where your order's at. So it will tell people, has it been fulfilled yet? Is it in transit? Basically trying to alleviate all of those tickets of people asking where their order is. But one of the things that I really love about it is that Klaviyo have essentially opened up our ability to add modules into the CustomerHub.
Fantastic.
And we can basically reference any profile property that exists for a customer. So even if, Reviews.io haven't built a custom integration with CustomerHub yet, we could build a little card in the CustomerHub that has a little button that uses someone's individual reviews link, which Clearer assigns, or Reviews.io puts on an individual profile property. And we could have a call to action to say, hey, have you reviewed all of the products that you recently purchased? click here to
Fantastic.
finish reviewing for 10% off or whatever it might be. Just a great way for customers as they come back to the website to be like, I never did leave that review for that product 3 months ago, and I actually would love that 10% off discount now for my next order. And it's right there in the hub. Similar with influence.
Loyalty points.
What tier you're in,
Yeah.
how many loyalty points you have, and I think crucially as well, what's my referral URL if I'm going to get my sister to buy something, and I get some points and she gets some points. So I think really exciting. I think the way that Klaviyo have built that is so perfect to say, even if all of our suite of app partners haven't integrated with this particular view, there's a way that all those great integrations that feed into the profile
Can be
properties
achieved.
already can just be leveraged. Day
And
one.
you don't have to train the AI chat agents yet, right? Like if we're talking about what can we do pre Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We're 30 days out now.
Yep.
Probably be less by the time this episode comes out. What can we do right now that's easy, low lift, no lift?
Yeah.
That's one of them for sure.
Yeah, big time.
Well, if you're lucky, one of the lucky merchants that already has CustomerHub, and then you've obviously got the roadmap. Work with Andzen because these guys know what's up. But then, you are right. We're believers in consolidation at Clearer. We love it. And we're also massive backers of the partnership that we have in place with Klaviyo as well.
Yeah.
And there's
And these
8 years of experience with Klaviyo between us, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I've got fair chance. So I would implore businesses to think tactically about extracting more value, like more under the hood.
Yeah.
You're right. You can call these things from profile properties or any other places as well. I also love that, we spoke about Boost earlier too. We put a lot of data in from Boost into Klaviyo as well for retargeting and personalized marketing too. These things are living in, at profile level too. So I think there's an opportunity to get really inventive during the trial period, so to speak, if you're going to do from the 7th onwards, with like hyper personalized, recs, other things that we could do cross sells, upsells potentially. I will admit that I haven't had like a proper play around with CustomerHub myself yet. I work somewhere else now, so there's a lot of pros that do that.
It's cool, Rob.
But I've seen the vids, and I know it was announced at K-Boss. We were there too. Clearer had a presence as well, so the team was like, "Wow!" There's a lot that went. There's a lot of updates that came out of that too. So
talking like more broadly about integrations, like my favorite integration that we have with Klaviyo is with reviews and being able to pull in like dynamic content that's UGC focused into cart abandonment emails and things like that. My girlfriend always says this. She's like, these clothes look great on a model, but none of the models, look like me and have a body like me, which is like, fair.
You would say that's unfair though, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Steve?
you would say
No, that's
you would say that's ridiculous.
You're missing an opportunity. Save yourself.
Yes, but if you've got a big, social media and Instagram presence, being able to port in some of those those UGC reviews and display them dynamically into a cart abandonment email or just any kind of campaign or flow is so powerful for conversion, right? Particularly if it's a new collection and people are always like, how's it going to fit? Really powerful. One of my favorites for sure.
You basically just summed up the premise of this podcast, which is like Andzen doing cool emails, driving revenue, but through interesting integrations with tech partners that enrich data, enables to do more creative flows and campaigns to create a better experience, but drive revenue for our clients as well.
Absolutely.
And that comes through these relationships and these integrations with our like respective tech platforms.
What data lives where and how can I use it? And if I can't, why? And should I be working with something where I can't grab that and put it into places that can make me money, can improve, UX, personalized shopping experiences, those types of things. So yeah, absolutely.
Great. I'm keen to talk a little bit about tactically, I think about some of these like product bundling and things like that. We touched on it very briefly before.
Yeah.
I know you talked about Boost simplifying it, but like how? Well, like what's the practicalities of that for a merchant? If they listened to that and they thought, well, yeah, I'd love to bundle, but is this, you mentioned, I think particularly what got my interest was at checkout, being able to add recommendations and things. So this is like AI powered. Like, what's the process here?
Well, it depends how you want to take it, but AI would be depending on your product library and how many how many SKUs you've got. It's about how much time you've got. Really, it's an efficiency thing. So if you've got thousands and thousands of products, and maybe your stock list is rolling through cyclically like fashion, and there's seasonality and things like that to it. It can be very laborious to do manual based merchandising and shop the looks and things like that. If there's a constant influx of new products and stock, so I would let, in those cases, potentially AI take the wheel. You obviously have your frequently bought togethers, things that one shopper has bought and gone on to purchase, and then as time progresses and you feed our algorithm more and more data, it just gets more and more accurate, right? So time on site is a major advantage there. You talked about trial periods previously, 2-week trial periods with Boost.
Hey.
There you go.
We can extend those ones too. So, get it on there, get it crawling, listening, building. And so when we talk about bundles, you can have AI bundles. You can set discount thresholds like, hey, if they buy 3 things of the, this specific category or whatever else you needed to, offer X% incentives or no incentives and other things too. So there's just an opportunity to do more at scale, I think, in a period where you may be pressed for time, perhaps, or, I think you may not know necessarily what every single person's journey needs to look like.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of personalization at scale, right? It's never going to be... I don't think anyone wants super freakishly hyper-personalized stuff. Like, I don't think so. But I think
we're always like playing on that.
You gotta play the line.
I don't think...
Hey, Rob, it's been 2 months since you bought undies last. You need some more. It's just,
Oh, but none of them look like that. They do. They
That's
do, by the
Steve to
way.
you in the office.
And I do look like them. I have no idea where I was going now. But yeah, we were talking about personalization at scale as well. So like everyone's going to have a different experience. And, I don't know where I'm going to go with this comment, but there's a lot of gifting in BFCM as well, which just makes things a little bit more unpredictable. So I think if you have a lot of like first time shoppers, right? And you're trying to predict like what someone who comes cyclically might buy from you, because that's a personalized experience for XYZ. First time shoppers buying gifts. Wow. Like try and tailor for that, on a dime. So it's really, really hard. That's for the American audience, by the way. But trying to tailor for that really quickly is something you can only do with data, right? And that's where you need to involve AI into personalization.
and increasing average order value without having to heavily discount is going to protect margins across BFCM, right? It still gives you, I feel like bundling still gives you that same surprise and delight, even if there's a 5% discount or, can be anything really, without having to go 60% off everything and things like that.
You've raised a point there as well around like what you can and can't get in front of people. Like, for anything that you don't, like for anything that you want to exert a bit more control over, particularly with merchandising rules, bundling rules, you can look at things like tags you can deploy. And maybe it can be automatically, or it could be something that you can apply being like, these particular items I really would love to be front and center because I have heaps of margin there. So maybe that isn't the most personalized experience, but it ticks a box, a box for you in terms of where you want to go strategically.
Bring it back to Black Friday. That's a perfect use case of where you can use some like heavier discounting, where you've got some like high margin products because there's sort of an expectation. This is where you're going to get some discounts.
So where do we round out this out? It's Klaviyo, it's CustomerHub trial, Boost,
Boost.
But only if you get Boost.
And then don't turn either of them off because it will make you more money. But flexibility, sure. So
All right, guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you both for being on. For everyone listening at home, anzen.co/podcast. You'll be able to see this episode. You'll be able to subscribe. You'll be able to check us out on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and TikTok. Final thoughts, guys. What do you want people to do? Where can they find you? Where can they get in touch if they want to get some boost?
Should I
give out your phone number, Rob?
That's what you're
Mailing
here
address?
for.
You can connect with us on LinkedIn. You're Steve Pover officially on LinkedIn now. Steve's reinvented himself. Steve Pover on LinkedIn. I'm Rob Gibson on LinkedIn as well. But connect with us, robert.gibson at clearer.io.
There you go. You got to do it first. Email him directly.
We will.
VP.
I'll take it. I'm happy to have the chat. I'd love to. And then just back to you guys. Thanks so much for having us.
Of course.
Legacy in the relationship that I have with the two of you as well. Fantastic people. Built an amazing agency. Best agency
APAC. Right?
APAC, yeah. Well, I mean, in my personal experience, just a standout bunch of people that really culturally align with Clear as well. I mean, you're customer first, and you do a really, really awesome job. So thanks
Really
very much.
appreciate that, and like we feel exactly the same way. I've known you both for a while. It's great that you're at Clearer now. I've also met a bunch of your colleagues. I do a little traveling. Your team in North America is fantastic. Your team in Europe is fantastic. We've spent time together. You clearly have a great team and a bunch of great products. And I think that makes the world of difference to us as a partner agency, but also to your customers.
Cool. Yep. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Legends. We miss you, Roddy.
See you next time.
See ya.